As last time we were discussing about the urinary system, and in the last video we have talked about the urea formation. Alright, so the where urea was formed, it was formed in the liver. So let me make here the liver. So basically this is the liver, and where urea was formed in the cell of the liver. So the cell of the liver was known as hepatocyte. Alright, so let me write here hepatocyte, which is the cell of the liver. So here we have the hepatocyte. Alright, now let me change the color. Okay, so we have talked about like we were having amino acid in the liver. Alright, this is the basic structure of amino acid which I am making. In the center we were having carbon. On the right hand side we were having carboxylic group. Alright, on the left hand side we were having amino group. On the down we were having radical, and on the up we were having hydrogen. Alright, so first of all deamination was happening there. What is deamination? Basically the removal of amino group from the amino acid. So we have to remove this amino group from this. So the removal of this amino group is what we call the deamination. Alright, so here I am writing deamination. Alright, now this will be combined with the carbon dioxide, as we know that carbon dioxide is in the liver as well. So these both will be combined, and then it will go to the urea cycle. Alright, this is the urea cycle in which urea will be formed. So this is the urea cycle, and the formula of urea, as we have discussed last time as well, CN2H4 and O. So this is the formula of urea we have. Alright, so urea cycle, after urea cycle the urea was formed. Then this was carried by the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery carried this out. Wait, now let me change the color as well. Okay, so then it was gone to the heart. So basically this is the heart. This was gone to the heart, and then this blood was gone to the lungs for the oxygenation purpose, because we know that now the blood which was came out by the liver was deoxygenated. Alright, deoxygenated blood plus lots of nitrogenous waste, as we know that urea was formed in the liver. So urea is in the blood as well, and as well as the deoxygenated blood is there. So this is the deoxygenated blood plus nitrogenous waste is in this blood as well. So this will go to the lungs. Lungs will be performing oxygenation process, in which deoxygenated blood will be converted into oxygenated blood, because we know that alveoli are present in the lungs who are performing this function. Alright, so now this will be carried, and here this blood will be what? This blood will be oxygenated but plus nitrogenous waste, because nitrogenous waste from the body will be removed out by the kidney. So here it is still nitrogenous waste. Alright, oxygenated, as it has came out by the lungs, and lungs have alveoli, so it has performed oxygenation process. Oxygenated blood with nitrogenous waste. Alright, so this blood is oxygenated plus nitrogenous waste with that. Alright, so now this blood will go where? This blood will be gone to kidneys now. Alright, so as we know that we have two kidneys. One is here, which is in the bean shaped. Alright, this is the kidney we do have. This blood will be gone here, and here urine will be formed. Then this urine will be carried by the ureters, and this ureter will be opened where? In the urinary bladder, and this will be then removed out from the body by the urethra. Alright, and this process is known as act of maturation, where urine will be carried out of your body by the urethra. So this process is known as act of maturation. Alright, so now let's see how heart is pushing its blood to the liver. Then liver is putting its deoxygenated blood plus nitrogenous waste into it. Then again that blood is carried to the heart. That is, there will be deoxygenated blood that will be opening into the right atrium. Then again it will be going to the lungs for the oxygenation purpose. Then again it will be going back to the heart. Then again it will go to the kidney. And kidney, what will do? Kidney will filter it out and it will produce the urine, which will be the process known as act of maturation. Then from there, deoxygenated blood without nitrogenous waste will be going to the heart. Alright, so now let's see how this process is happening actually. So let me make here the heart. I'm making here with the white color so that it can be visible to you. Alright, so basically this we have right atrium, this we have left ventricle, again from here we have pulmonary wing. This will be going to the lungs for the oxygenation purpose. So let me make here the lungs as well, which are in the red color. So these are the lungs we do have. Alright, from here then blood again will be carried out and will be opening where? Into the left atrium. So this is the left atrium we have. Here we have the left ventricle. I hope this figure is clear to you. And again, this is the biggest artery of our body, which is aorta. It has branches, 3 branches, so it will be divided. The one will be going up, which supplies blood to our head, and again the 2 will be going down. Alright, so here I am changing the color. So this will be now carried out by the aorta, which is the biggest artery of our body. Alright, so now let me label it first so that it can be clear to you. Alright, so let me make here this structure first. This is the heart we have. Alright, and here we have what? Vena cava. This is superior and the down one is inferior vena cava. Alright, so now let me label it first. This is closed and I have to close this left atrium as well. Alright, so now I should label it so that it can be clear to you. I should label this with what color? I should label it with this color. Okay, so this one we do have is right atrium. Right atrium. The lower one is right ventricle. Then we'll be going towards the process. Right ventricle. Alright, right atrium, right ventricle. This is, we have inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava. As we talked about the biggest artery of our body, which was aorta, and the biggest vein in our body is vena cava. So this is vena cava, inferior vena cava, and the upper one is superior vena cava. This is superior vena cava. Alright, so let me label these things as well. So this is, we have left ventricle, left ventricle, all right, and the upper one I have is left atrium, atrium. This is the aorta, which is the biggest artery of our body. Aorta is the biggest artery of our body. All right, what things are missed here? Okay, all things are written now. All right, so now here we have, I just forgot to make one thing here, which was the vena cava, like vena cava was opening there. So this is basically vena cava, which is carrying deoxygenated blood with that. All right, so here we have the vena cava, which will be carrying deoxygenated blood. This will enter here in the right atrium first, then right atrium will push its blood to the right ventricle. Then here we have, know that we have here deoxygenated blood. For the oxygenation purpose, this blood will be going to the lungs. As you can see here, I have made here 2 lungs. So these will be performing what? These will be performing oxygenation process, which will convert this deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood, and the alveoli will then like respire. By the process of respiration, carbon dioxide will be removed out from the alveoli as well, and that process will be known as respiration. All right, so this blood will be carried then to the left, we have atrium. As you can see here, this is, we have left atrium, this is entered here, then this will push its blood to the right ventricle, then now it is oxygenated blood. All right, now this will push its blood to the whole body, and by the help of aorta, because we know that aorta is the biggest artery of our body. So here we have 3 branches. The one is this, second is this, and the third one is this. So first one will go to the head and it will supply blood to the head, and second and third will be connected to the our lower body. All right, so this is the aorta, which will be carry this oxygenated blood. All right, this is the oxygenated blood we have, but without nitrogenous waste into it, because nitrogenous waste is producing into what? It is produced in a liver. So liver will like add nitrogenous waste into it. Now for suppose this aorta is going to the liver. All right, so here I am making the liver. So basically this is the liver I am making. This is liver, which we know that is producing what? It is producing urea. All right, so we know that aorta, artery and veins cannot perform diffusion, but instead capillaries will be performing that. So this aorta will be divided into now capillaries, and this will carry the urea plus deoxygenated blood with that. So now this blood has become what? Wait, let me here. So this blood is now deoxygenated plus nitrogenous waste, because urea is also produced here, and urea is in this blood as well now, and this blood was oxygenated plus without nitrogenous waste, and now this is deoxygenated plus nitrogenous waste with it too. All right, so now this will be gone to the this vena cava, and this vena cava will go to the heart, and it will open into what? It will open into right atrium. Now this blood is what? This blood is deoxygenated plus nitrogenous waste with that. All right, so now again this right atrium will push its blood to the right ventricle, then again it will go to the lungs for the oxygenation purpose, because this is deoxygenated blood now. Alright, so now deoxygenated blood will be converted into oxygenated blood in the lungs, then it will be carried to the left atrium, then left atrium will push its blood to the left ventricle, then again it will push its blood to the aorta, and aorta will carry this blood. Now that blood will be oxygenated plus nitrogenous waste. This blood is now what? Wait, let me change the color. Now this is oxygenated plus nitrogenous waste into it. And what is this nitrogenous waste? This is urea waste. Alright, so now this is oxygenated plus nitrogenous waste with that as well. Alright, so now aorta will go to the kidney. Let me make with the same color. Okay, so now aorta will go to the kidneys as well. This is the kidney basically, which I am going to make here. Okay, kidney I am making with pink color. It's alright. So this is the kidney, for suppose. This will be going to both kidneys. Alright. Kidney. And this blood was what? This blood was oxygenated plus nitrogenous waste. This blood was oxygenated plus nitrogenous waste. Now this will be like broken out into the capillaries, because we know that diffusion happens by the capillaries only rather than artery and vein. Alright, so those capillaries will be known as glomerulus. Then again the things would be remaining, they would be exchanged by the help of paratubular capillaries. Then again they'll form what? They'll form the vein. Alright, so here let me make the capillaries first. That will be known as glomerulus and paratubular capillaries. By what this urine will be filtered out, like not urine but urea. Then kidneys will produce urine. Alright, so this will be carried out by the renal vein, which will again combine with this vena cava. Alright, inferior vena cava. And this blood is now what? This blood is deoxygenated and without nitrogenous waste, because nitrogenous waste will be now taken out, because kidneys will like filter it out, and it will carried by the ureters. As you can see here, these are both ureters we have. Ureter. Alright, then it will go where? It will go to the urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder. We'll be going with the process as well, how this urea is converted into urine. Bladder. This is urinary bladder, and the last by what urine is gone out from the body is urethra. Urethra. Let me write here. This is urethra. Alright, so now the blood which will be in the renal vein will be what? It would be deoxygenated, because oxygen will be taken by the kidney. It needs oxygen as well for breaking down of glucose. Deoxygenated plus without nitrogenous waste, because urea is gone out from the body by the ureters, urinary bladder, and then urethra. Now we have this is without nitrogenous waste. Nitrogenous waste. Alright, so now again it will go to the vena cava, and vena cava will open into the right atrium. Then again it will go to the right ventricle, and then again this process will be happening. The same process will be happening. I hope this is clear to you. Now here the question arises. What the question arises? Wait, let me write this with white color. so that it can be more clear to you. Alright, so first question rises here is what? Let me write here. That is, which, wait, blood vessel will have the highest concentration of urea. All right, concentration of urea. So now let's go again to the diagram so that it can be more clear to us. Alright, so now which blood vessel has the highest amount or highest concentration of urea? Now let's see in what we have. Like this is the oxygenated plus without nitrogenous waste when it is going to the liver. Then after liver, what we have? We have deoxygenated plus nitrogenous waste. Alright, because we know that nitrogenous waste, which is urea, is produced where? It is produced in liver. So the highest concentration of urea will be in what? Will be in the vein of the liver, which will be hepatic vein. Alright, so here I can easily write now the highest concentration of urea will be in what? Wait, let me change the color. It will be in the answer hepatic vein, because the urea will be produced in the liver and then it will be carried by the hepatic vein. Alright, so the answer of this question was hepatic vein. Now we are going towards our next question. What this question is? This question is, which blood vessel will have the lowest concentration of urea? We have seen the highest concentration. Now it is asking about the lowest concentration. Alright, so now I am going to write here which blood vessel will be having lowest concentration of urea. Alright, so now which blood vessel will be having lowest concentration of urea? So let's answer this question as well by the help of what? By the help of this diagram. So now when the renal artery was going to the kidney, it was having deoxygenated blood plus nitrogenous waste with that as well. But again, after the kidney, when the renal vein is carrying the blood, that is deoxygenated plus without nitrogenous waste. Of course there would be nitrogenous waste with that, because the whole urea won't be filtered out. Some amount of urea will be remain in that. So the least amount of urea will be where? It will be in the renal vein. So here I can easily write, alright, renal vein. I hope this is clear to you. The lowest amount of or the least amount of urea will be where? It will be in the renal vein, and the highest amount of urea will be where? It will be in hepatic vein. Alright, so now tomorrow we'll be going with the proper urinary system. We'll start that. We'll be going with the characteristics of kidneys and the location of kidney, the thickness, the length of kidney. We'll be starting that, and after that we'll be going with the structure of kidney, like what kidney is made up of and what structures are present in the kidney. We'll be going with that. So this was all for today. Allah.